What is going on, everybody? My name is Nico, and welcome back to another Pokemon BDSP competitive team breakdown. Today, I'm going to be talking about my Honchkrow team because I recently talked about breaking down Honchkrow and saying that I've been using it on a team, and I am just over the moon with this team. I really enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun to use, and I really want to show it off with you guys. As always, there will be a Pokepaste in the comments below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. But let's get into it. If this is your first time here on the channel, make sure you are subscribed for more videos like this in the future. So, like I said, this team features Honchkrow. Very fun, very cool Pokemon. And I really enjoy how this Pokemon plays because it is a very strong, like, physical attacking Pokemon. And we run it with a Moxie ability. It's not a Pokemon that you really want to throw out in front of anything directly, just because of the fact that it has a very slow speed stat. Its speed is not very high at all, so it's not something that's going to be able to get in and do tons of damage really fast. It's kind of, you got to play your cards right to get the knockouts, but once you do, it becomes a very strong Pokemon very fast because of the Moxie ability, and having access to Sucker Punch means even if this Pokemon gets sacked, you're able to do big damage before you get kicked out. So I have a Life Orb on it. Moxie is the ability like I've been talking about. We have Brave Bird, Sucker Punch, Roost, and Night Slash with 252 attack, 4 special defense, and 252 speed with an adamant nature. Like I said, it's not really worth going into the speed and like going after like a jolly nature instead of an adamant nature, just because you're not really getting that speed up dramatically. Moving on, we have Infernape. Works very well with Honchkrow simply because of the fact, you know, a lot of Pokemon like to Psychic into Infernape. You switch in Honchkrow, and you're going to be able to do big damage with Sucker Punch or whatever it may be the next turn. So, what I have, you've seen this Infernape before. I like Choice Scarf on Infernape because it does have such a high attack stat naturally that I just like outspeeding everything and doing big damage. A lot of people aren't expecting it. Most people are expecting like a banded Infernape. So I like to run the Scarf personally with Iron Fist, Flare Blitz, Close Combat, Mach Punch, and U-Turn. Really fun Pokemon. EV Spread is 4 HP, 252 attack, and 252 speed with an adamant nature. Next up is another Pokemon I've talked about recently is Rotom Wash with a Citrus Berry, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Will-O-Wisp, Hydro Pump with a 252 HP, 252 special attack, and 4 speed with a modest nature. This Pokemon is very bulky naturally, so having that 252 HP is really going to bulk it up with the Citrus Berry as well. You're going to be able to take hits and get back to, you know, full health and do some real work. You're going to be able to put in a lot of work with this particular Pokemon. It really stumps a lot of teams. It's super fun. Next up is Scizor, and I've recently taken to really liking the more support style Scizor versus the attack style Scizor that you saw in some of my earlier BDSP teams. Simply because it's just so nice to be able to like roost and defog and get all that crap out of the way. Get its health back up, make this just kind of an annoying switch-in Pokemon for whoever you're battling. I really like it for that reason. So because of that, I have started running this set a whole lot more on this Pokemon versus I was running Band on it because I liked, you know, surprising people with that extra damage, and I've just find this to be a whole lot more useful. So it's got Leftovers, Technician, U-Turn, Bullet Punch, Roost, and Defog. It's a pretty standard Scizor set. 252 HP, 4 attack, and 252 special defense. I would say just throw the extra into the defensive stat. You don't really need the extra attack. Adamant Nature, so you get that extra damage. Pretty solid Pokemon. It's so versatile. It goes on so many teams. You're going to see it constantly because it's not weak to anything but like Infernape and Heatran in the format. So you don't really have to worry. You know, obviously stuff's going to cover it with fire moves, which you'll see a little bit later on. Something I have that kind of counters Scizor, but all in all, it's really tough to knock this Pokemon out. It's just a menace. Next up is another Pokemon I've used before. It's Latios, and this Pokemon's super fun. It's a little different than Latios that I've used before. It is a 4 HP, 252 special attack, and 252 speed with Timid Nature, so I got that 350 speed. I'm outspeeding Garchomps and things like that. There is Soul Dew on it because it does have Draco Meteor and Psychic, but you could switch in specs on this particular Pokemon, and it could be very interesting. Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Psychic, and Thunderbolt. Really fun. I switched in Thunderbolt simply because I had Energy Ball on it, and outside of like Manaphy, there's not a lot that really takes a ton of grass damage, and even still there's more stuff that switches in more easily into grass stuff than into like a Thunderbolt. For example, if I was going to use an energy ball and they rotate in something like an Infernape, that Infernape's not going to take any damage from an energy ball versus it's going to take big damage from a Thunderbolt. So I rotated that in on this particular Pokemon, and I like it a lot more. Finally, we have Nidoking, and this was a Pokemon that I wasn't sure I was going to use, and I ended up using exclusively because of the fact that I had like Honchkrow on this team, and I needed something that could switch into an electric type attack without taking damage. Like, obviously, I could switch in Rotom, it wouldn't take significant damage, however, it still would take a fair chunk, and that's not what I want. So I wanted to have something I could switch in very easily, and this definitely fits that bill. Nidoking definitely hits that mark. I have a Focus Sash on it because it can prove to be very powerful if you can keep it alive. It doesn't have great defensive stats, so it's going to get knocked out fairly easily. However, if with the Focus Sash you're able to really throw people off and keep it in the fight longer, especially if you're outspeeding, that really helps the situation. So what I have on this is Ice Beam, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Flamethrower. This is my Scizor counter as well. I'm able to get in there. I outspeed Scizor, even if it does, get a Swords Dance up or whatever it may be to bring me down low enough that it procs Sash. I am able to outspeed it next turn and then hit it with Flamethrower or do whatever I need to do. I'm able to get it low enough that if I do lose Nidoking in the process, that I can bring in another Pokemon and easily clean it up. The EV spread that I'm running on it is 252 special attack, 4 special defense, and 252 speed with a timid nature, just to try and get that extra speed on there, because it does outspeed a fair number of Pokemon in the format, which makes it very, very nice. It's a very fun special attacker that just a lot of people aren't really thinking about, and most people look at Nidoking and don't think special attack, they think physical attacker, which makes a lot of sense. The ability on it is Sheer Force, simply because, you have all these moves with additional effects, so you're getting that bonus damage on each of those moves, which is incredibly nice. But yeah, a lot of people are thinking that this Pokemon is a physical attacker, which it can be. It 100% can be, but the special attack is just so nice with this Pokemon's move pool. They are able to really cover for a whole lot more than what you'd be able to do with your attack stat. It's just you have more coverage options as a whole, and it's very nice for that reason. So that's it for this team. That's it for the breakdown. I'm going to take it in, I'm going to do a battle with it, show you guys how it works, and then we'll go from there. All right, this is a super annoying team because they have Chansey and Blissey, which is going to be just really freaking annoying. I think the big thing is I don't care about bringing Infernape into anything here. Like, it doesn't bug me. So surely they go for like a Brave Bird or something here, and we just U-turn right out. I'm going to switch in Rotom. They go for Nasty Plot. Oh, it's a special attack. That's interesting. We just go for Thunderbolt. Wow, they have Giga Drain. Oh, my Lanta. They have Giga Drain. Okay. Nidoking comes in. They can Giga Drain this all day. We Ice Beam here. Don't flinch. There we go. So unfortunate, we've pretty much lost 2 Pokemon at this point. Like, that's an unfortunate circumstance here. I do outspeed this, though. Ooh, Bullet Punch. That's a good play. Good play. I don't really know what else they would have done. Maybe Swords Dance there. But that's a good play. What comes in? Chansey comes in. That's unfortunate. Okay. Kind of wanted to keep that in, but that's okay. We'll switch in Scizor here. And we'll just do the same play. We'll U-turn here. Chansey doesn't like getting hit by that. Bring Infernape back. And we'll go straight for another U-turn here. They keep it in, which kind of shocks me. Bring Scizor in on my Defog. What in the mitochondria just happened? Okay, so we'll just knock that out. We'll just get it out of there. What comes in here? I'm assuming Latios comes into play. Latios does come in. We switch Honchkrow here. Because they go for... Oh, they didn't go for a Psychic. They are going to outspeed, but we get Sucker Punch and we knock it out. Yep. That's the power of Honchkrow right there. That's an insane amount of power with Honchkrow. So now we're pretty much tied up. That's pretty nice there. I doubt it's speed. So we go for Brave Bird. Wow. Wow. Honchkrow is a unit. Okay. We still outspeed. We definitely just go for Brave Bird here. We get a knockout. See, this is the power of this Pokemon. It's absolutely unreal how much work that just did for us. So, I mean, realistically, we just bring in Infernape. And we just close combat this thing to death. It's sashed. They soft boil. It's fine. We outspeed next turn, and we just get another one. That is crazy how much work Honchkrow just put in. I actually can't believe how much that did for our team right there. That's unbelievable. Wow, that Pokemon's nuts. Okay, GG. Whoo. Whoo-wee. I was expecting to lose that, honestly, halfway through that battle. I was like, man, we lost a lot on just Crobat. But wow, that Pokemon is crazy. So that is the team. You see now why I love using Honchkrow. It's a freaking unit. But that's going to be it. Like I said, Pokepaste in the comments below for you guys if you want to try this team out for yourself. If you found the video entertaining and helpful, make sure you leave a like and smash that subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. And hope to see you all in the next video.